Good Sunday morning, everyone.
Up.
What's up?
Welcome back to another episode of NBR, where we generate money so little kids can play sports.
Yes.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Hey,
Good morning, Fleekster.
good morning, sir. Jason, howdy.
Good morning. Good morning.
So, I guess we got a lot to talk about today. There's a little riff in the NCAA between Nick Saban and everybody else. He's pissing everybody off because he's talking about the NIL and how all the other teams are paying their players to play, and he's not. But then the shots have been fired back saying, well, you've been dirty since way before the NIL, so I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And these are coaches that actually coach for Coach Saban, namely Texas A&M. And so about a lot of salvos blown across the bows. It's actually pretty interesting to watch.
It is. It gets sticky when you start wanting to pay college athletes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could kind of see like them being able to make money off of jerseys and stuff, man. But the whole getting into paying players $1 million to jump in the transfer portal and all this, it's a little dicey.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to me like they were doing that before NIL became legal. I mean, how does Alabama, Fleekster, get 10 people on their team to go to NFL draft every year?
Yeah, exactly.
Consistently. And now Saban,
every year.
and then Saban's mad at A&M, Jimbo Fisher. Dude, it's pretty well known in the sports world that, these 5-star athletes coming out of college are getting, wined and dined in their junior, senior years of high school. I mean, they had a 30 for 30 special on Marcus Dupree, the running back from Oklahoma.
Yeah.
The dude was 6'2", 220 in high school. He was a track star. He ran the 40 and 4.3, benched 400 pounds. And Oklahoma and all these big schools took him, introduced him to some of the girly bars. All of a sudden, his family had cars. He had money. And this is before he even signs at the school, So as Joe Public here, I don't buy that, this stuff's been going on well before the NIL, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. It's just, it's definitely hypocrisy at its finest, I mean, for all people to complain about it is Nick Saban, who just continually, like you said, just churns out these massive players,
He doesn't want anything to change. He's starting to see this change, especially with Jackson State, small schools like that are just starting to make a big wave, and the first wave it makes is on the recruiting class.
Yep.
So, see, maybe, John, the NIL has made a level playing field now for Saban in Alabama, maybe now. I don't know, right?
Yeah,
because if
absolutely.
all the other schools, like Jackson State, where Deion Sanders is coaching, can go out and pay their athletes this money to bring all these 5-star athletes
into their stop them from going there.
Exactly. So Saban's
he's a little butthurt now.
Yeah, he's butthurt big time.
Yeah, he's got to go back to the drawing board, figure something else out.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that in the weeks to come, especially with the NFL right around the corner now. Again, the Lions are going to be in the Hard Knocks, which is super exciting. There's a lot of hype going on in the Detroit Lions area because of what this Dan Campbell guy's doing. So it's going to be very exciting to see if they can finally compete with Green Bay.
We'll see.
I don't know about that yet, but
they're still a couple years away. But you can see the progression. So
for sure,
the first thing they got to do is kill the culture that's in that locker room.
Yeah,
sure.
You know what? As a North guy, the Bears, Lions, and Packers and the Vikes. I would love to see your Detroit Lions win a Super Bowl. Even though I'm a Bears fan. Yeah, and anything to knock off Green Bay. I'm so sick of them and Rodgers and the antics and just on and on. It's like watching TMZ, watching him and the Packers.
Yeah. So Cleveland Browns, their quarterback is now hurt and he's out, right? So
is he?
I think I saw that what's his name? Deshaun
Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
Did he get hurt and is he gonna be out for a couple of weeks?
I didn't see anything, but I could be wrong.
Something happened. Well, like, well, that's going to be interesting because now what are they going to do? Try to wine and dine Baker Mayfield again? I don't know. I could have been on that. I might have been dreaming on that one.
I think you're dreaming on that one.
Because I was like, what the hell, man?
Well, I got to ask, how's our baseball teams doing? John, what's your team?
My softball team? We've actually won 7 in a row.
No, baseball, Major League. I'm sorry.
My Yankees are on fire.
They're on the top of the world right now, man.
Yeah, man. We're 5.5 games up. We are. We've won 10 of our last 12. I mean, we're killing it, man.
Yeah. Wish I could say that about my Cubs, but
you know,
we're in another rebuilding year.
Yeah.
Right. We don't believe in rebuilding years.
No, you guys just pay everybody and get the stars in there.
Hey, everybody's doing it nowadays. We don't even have a high payroll nowadays.
Well, you got my boy Rizzo, which
heck yeah, he's on fire too, man. So, he's a beast. He got thrown out the other day. So,
he did?
Yeah, arguing balls and strikes.
Ah, okay.
He wasn't too happy about it, but yeah, man, we're on fire. We're hitting our stride. I just hope that we can consistently do this all year.
Yeah.
A lot of baseball to play.
A lot of baseball to play.
For sure.
Man. Lots of baseball, lots of soreness and injuries to come. So we got to be able to play through all that stuff.
Yeah.
And
the Tigers are falling by the wayside, man. They keep getting
tough,
hurt.
dude. It's starting to get hot out, man. It's starting to get really hot out, and these guys are going out for, what is it? We're 28, and so about 30 or 40 games in now.
Yeah,
man.
I had a lot of high hopes for the Tigers this year because they finished off the second half of the season last year super strong. They had one of the best records in the American League. So I'm like, yeah, they're going, man. And then they start this year just tanked.
Tough, man.
Ice cold on the bats.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we got some guys coming out of the minor leagues. We're bringing up some good ball players. So literally before I got on, the local sports station here in Chicago was like, 2024 to 2024 and to 2028, the Cubs are going to be outstanding. All this young talent's coming up now, and it's like, okay, yeah, I got a bridge to sell them in San Francisco, but I hope it's true.
We'll see. Hey, speaking of the Cubs, man, I got a few photos to share.
There we are.
So just this week, some of my Navy guys here in the picture here, we got from left to right is Taco. He just retired, Chicago Police Department. And we have Paulie, and we have Tony and myself. We all served together back in the 80s. We all got together in Chicago this week for Taco's retirement party, and we hit up a Cubs game. So this is actually a picture in a bar right across the street from the Cubs.
That's Cubby Bear.
The Cubby Bear, yep. And we're in Wrigleyville. They have a whole area called Wrigleyville. It's all bars. And we had a great time, but the weather didn't want to cooperate with us. The high that day was 58 degrees, and the game started at like 6:40. So, it was probably close to 40 degrees, and then it started raining on us. So, but, you can see here in this picture all the ivy in the background. Those like apartment buildings back there. They have this. This is the smallest stadium I've ever been to, and so across the street, these buildings that actually have bleachers on top of the buildings. Very cool stadium.
We call that the rooftop bar area around the stadium.
Yeah. So do they have to buy tickets to sit up there?
Yeah, there's an entrance fee and all that kind of stuff. You can buy a package with drinks and food and all that. It's pretty cool.
That is dope.
There we are.
That's a good one.
Knuckleheads up front.
Over there in bright orange Tennessee
Yeah, you wearing
Volunteers.
a UT hoodie, bro?
So I wasn't smart enough to pack a hoodie or a jacket with me.
Or a
And
blue shirt.
even my wife was like, "Are you gonna bring a jacket with you?" I'm like, "Why would I do this? 90 degrees out." And the first day it was 90 degrees, and then the next day the temperature just plummeted, and I was freezing to death. So this is actually Paulie's hoodie.
Yeah, one of my sons goes to University of Tennessee, so
Nice.
we support him.
Yeah. So while we're at the game, Taco's wife called him and said, "Hey, which seats are you guys in?" And so Taco tells him, and about half hour or so later, this dude shows up. It was actually, Taco's wife is also a Chicago police officer, and she was like, "My boss is there, and he's working the game." So he shows up with a backpack, and he's like, "Hey guys, I got these authenticated from the MLB. I just wanted to give you a little gift. Thank you for your service." So he comes out with
that's awesome.
game balls and passes them out to all of us, and we're like, "Hell yeah,
Hell yeah,
thanks,
dude.
man." So I got
You
a
deserve
game
it.
ball and
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Oh, nice.
Woo!
Cubby Cubs hat.
I got
Go.
my fitted Cubs hat.
Gotta like it.
Yeah, so while we're at the game, after he got the ball, so Paulie was like, "Man, I always wanted to do this." He walks up to a little kid and gives him a ball, and it like literally made that kid's day.
Oh, good for you, man.
And then about 10 minutes later, you see the kid down at the field with his dad, and some player gives him a ball. So now he's got two balls.
He didn't come give it back though, did
Hey,
he?
you little rat bastard. He came back and gave him the ball back. He was like, "Hey, I appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot," and give him the ball back.
Nice.
So another kid got the ball.
Oh, nice.
That's
well, there
cool,
you go.
yeah.
So it all worked out.
Yeah, the kid came back, gave me the ball, and shook my hand, said thank you. And so we're all sitting there, and a foul ball comes near us, and there was a brother and a little brother and a sister, young kids, and the sister had gotten the ball in her hand, and the brother was just looking at his sister like, "Well, what about me?" So I ran down there and I go, "Hey, you need to. Here's your ball too," And parents were happy and all that. But anyway, it was fun. It was, yeah, it was. The weather didn't cooperate, but we got to show Fleek and the Tony some of the bars around the Wrigleyville, so that was cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
And we had some good food bar there. I should did a slideshow of the food again. Had my very first Chicago dog.
Delicious.
I had an Italian beef sandwich.
You took pictures of all that?
No, I should have. I could have posted it. Dang, why wasn't I thinking? Had a Chicago pizza.
A tavern pizza, the bar pizza.
Yeah.
There's a difference. Tell them the difference between the thick and the thin.
Yeah, so the standard. Apparently, for the tourists, they go for the Chicago style, which is thick. You eat one piece and you want to go take a nap. But the pizza that Paulie turned me on to was super thin, and it was cut all crazy, like little squares and triangles, and it was absolutely delicious.
That's the tavern pizza that us locals eat. We go to the bars, and all the bars have thin crust pizza. So I wanted to show Fleek a typical pizza that we eat here, the locals, is the thin stuff, not so much the thick.
Yeah. So if you're ever in Chicago, I highly suggest getting a Chicago hot dog.
Good to know.
Well, Paulie's over here doing flips.
I'm
gonna make people sick.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm in my truck. Because I'm on my way to go golf.
Yeah. So basketball. So we have 4 teams left. Anybody watching basketball?
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's been good. It's been really interesting. Got a good Celtics and the Heat. Heat, they went up 2-1 last night.
Yep.
So, and then the Warriors are just tearing teams apart.
Yeah.
2-0 against Dallas. So
Draymond's gonna get another ring.
I hope not.
I hope so.
Probably will. They turned around a 19-point deficit, so they're looking unstoppable right now.
Yeah, they really are. They really are. But the Eastern Conference will be interesting. Hopefully,
that's going to be a
Celtics
lot more entertaining.
Yeah, we'll bring it to 7 games, and we got 2 good teams there. So
there's been a lot of 7 games this year, even through the NHL playoffs and NBA combined. A lot of 7 games, game 7s, I should say. You gotta love a game 7.
Yeah, can't beat a game 7.
Nope.
Yeah. It's pretty amazing. The PGA, I haven't been watching it.
They're doing something right now, I think.
Yeah, Tiger dropped out, and I don't know. I think he's hurting a little bit, and
yeah, that's what I
think Piera is in first, and I don't know what's going on today.
Did John Daly make the cut? Because that dude is entertaining as hell.
John Daly, man, he's got the perfect golf attitude. I mean, the dude, he can rock the ball, like 350 yards. He shows up in his tropical Hawaiian shirts and, his casual attitude. He cracks a beer open.
Drunk.
Yeah, and then he goes up to the first tee, and he knocks the ball, right down the fairway. And he's just happy-go-lucky. He's so much fun to watch. The dude is.
He did not make the cut.
He did.
He didn't make the cut though.
No,
and you know what? I don't think he. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's
he
probably
didn't play
not
bad. He shot a 72 the first day and a 76 the second day.
Oh, he did. Okay, all right. I haven't been up on the tournament today or the current one, but yeah, you gotta love Daly though.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch for sure, man.
There's a YouTube video out there, and it says John Daly's golf warm-up procedure. How he warms up before he plays a round of golf. He gets out of the golf cart, and he looks over, and he goes, cracks a beer, and he goes, "All right, I'm ready." And he goes up to the first tee and just rocks it. Where
Smokes
other guys, yeah, he's got a cigarette in his mouth. Other guys are out there an hour, 2 hours before
and hitting 100,000 balls.
Yeah, exactly. So you got to love Daly.
Natural born golfer.
Yeah. He's probably like the PGA PR nightmare.
Yeah, I was just saying, he's the Happy Gilmore of real life.
Yeah.
Well, I think Phil Mickelson is actually that one right now because he made a controversy comment or something about why do we want to go play in Saudi Arabia and all that when they're terrorists, they're killing our people, and I don't support that. Or whatever. I don't want to take him totally out of context, but he said some stuff in the PGA and their wokeisms, kind of gave him a hard time about being on the tour in the PGA now. So I don't know what's going on there, but I mean, what he said was, to me, was accurate, but the PGA people didn't like it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. He probably shouldn't have said anything, but Mickelson is. Phil's, he's an all-time great. What's he got to lose?
Right. Although he might be running out of money because he keeps gambling it all away.
Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely a gambler, that's for sure.
Yeah, I saw a stat the other day. I think he gambles more than what he actually comes in. So I have no idea how he's sustained this lifestyle.
So that makes him have to get on the tour to go win, get into some tournaments to bring in some money.
Yeah. Motivation.
Yeah.
I think he lost like $8 million just recently. It's like, man, how much money are you throwing away, man? Yeah. Michael Jordan was famous for that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But Michael Jordan's got tons of money coming in from Nike, so he can throw away $8 million and it doesn't really hurt.
He made more after his career than he did during his career.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Well, he's got this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Nike. He's set.
Yeah, you can't beat that. So.
All right, man. So we're at 20 minutes. So
awesome.
So we'll see you guys next Sunday. Thanks for. I see we have a couple people watching right now. Thanks for hanging in. Oh, I want to give a little shout out. TSP the Scuttlebutt man's got a great interview tonight. Actually, Paulie set me up with the FA-18 fighter pilot who he graduated from Top Gun. So he's going to be on the show tonight, and it's awesome because Top Gun actually hits the theaters this week. So it's like the
perfect time.
Top Gun week, man. It's going to be a great interview. I can't
wait. Matt Buckley was one of our F-18 pilots in the squadron I was in when I was the maintenance chief, and I'm glad that it's going to be cool because, Rich, I served with you in the 80s on the Carl Vinson.
Yeah.
I served with Matt in the squadron years later. So I'm glad you two are going to hook up, and I hope looking forward to the show.
Yeah, he's got a lot of interesting things to talk about. He actually he got out of the Navy to be a commercial pilot, but unbeknownst to him, his very first day on the job was 9/11/2001.
Mm-hmm.
So he showed up for work, and they furloughed him. Obviously, like all the other airline pilots, everybody got furloughed, and then he was like, "Well, great, what am I going to do now?" But he's a very smart man. Now he's like a day trader. He's a big trader on the stock market. He's doing very well for himself. He actually owns his own fighter plane. And he takes people up for rides.
And he does that Fallen. He's also the runs that Fallen Heroes. Or not Fallen Heroes.
No, it's called like No Fallen Hero or something. It's definitely So
shoot, I can't remember it.
He actually went to Mexico and did a treatment of DMT, and he says it changed his life. So I definitely going to be talking to him about that. Like, I don't know if you guys know what DMT is, but it will literally take you all the way to the doorstep of death, and you talk like, I don't know, you could like talk to God. So that's going to be super interesting to talk to him about that.
Help some people deal with PTSD.
PTSD, yes. Yeah. So now they're trying to talk the government into investigating like magic mushrooms and all the hallucinogenics because 22 veterans a day are killing themselves, so they have to figure something out, and he says it saved his life. So if it's saving people's lives, man, let's bring it to America. There's no reason that our nation's heroes have to go to another country to get treatment.
Hey Rich, what time is it it's gonna be on Facebook?
It's going to be on Facebook, it's going to be on LinkedIn, and it's going to be on YouTube, and it's live, so you can actually interact with a real fighter pilot tonight at 7. It's at 7 p.m. tonight.
7 p.m. Central.
7 p.m. Central time. That's correct. And like I said, you can ask him any questions you want, and I'll throw the questions out to him, and it's going to be great.
If I miss it live, tell Matt I said hi.
I will, and you can always watch it after the fact, but yes, I'll definitely say hello to him.
He was one of the cooler pilots in our unit, so anyways. All right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next Sunday. I'm going to sign off here, and we usually hang out for a minute at the BS, so hold on one second.